What is going on, guys? It is Austin Plays here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a Minecraft server. I just need to X out of those real quick, and let's go ahead and get into it. So first thing you need to do, by the way, this is a vanilla Minecraft server, so I guess before I even go on with this tutorial I should mention that it is a vanilla Minecraft server. There's probably going to be an annotation on screen once I get the video up to show you guys how to get one with plugins and things like that. There'll also be a video on, or an annotation on screen linking you guys to a video on how to port forward. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, we'll get into that in the video. And yeah, so first of all, if for whatever reason you can't figure this out, or if you just don't want to go through the trouble, I have a 25% off link with Apex Minecraft Hosting. They're a really good company. I host my server on it. Furycraft MC IP for that will be in the description below, as well as the link for Apex Minecraft Hosting. If you use that link, you can get 25% off one of their servers. If you get their vanilla server, it's literally like $3 or $4 a month, I think. And if you get their lowest server that allows you to have plugins, it's like $6 a month. So yeah, that is that. So I just have to pitch that first. But if you're gonna do it on your computer, the first thing you need to do is go to Minecraft.net, and then right here it says download it here. So you're gonna click that. Right here it's gonna say multiplayer server. So there's actually two different ones. Some people say to go with the one that says Minecraft server 1.8.7.exe, and then I usually tell people to go with the Minecraft server 1.8.7.jar, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go over both of them. So what you do is you just click it and download it, and you can just go ahead and watch this tutorial through and decide which one you think will be better for you. I would say the jar one is probably a little bit better. Actually, I think I already have these downloaded. I do. So I'm actually not going to download them. My internet is so slow for some reason, but I'm going to go ahead and just cancel those because I already have them downloaded. And you can X out of Minecraft once you've done that. And let me just find them. So Minecraft server 1.8.7.jar, there it is right there. And then here is the, oh, I don't have the exe one, oops. Let me just download that real quick. Download it here. Exe one, okay. Alright, so basically what you want to do is after you've downloaded those, whichever one you want, like I said, I'm going to show you how to use both. You just right click on your desktop, new folder. You can call it whatever you want. I'm just going to call it server. Open that up. You should have a folder like this, and then if you're going to use the exe one, which is the one most people tell you to use if you're on Windows, I just need to rename this real quick. You guys don't have to worry about renaming it. Mine, I just accidentally downloaded too many. So yeah, drag the exe one in, and then all you have to do is just double click it, hit run, and this thing is going to pop, or actually no, it's going to go away like that, and these files are going to generate. So after you've done that, this is where some people get stumped. You have to double click on the EULA text file, and there's like a terms of service thing with Minecraft servers. So all you have to do is just go to this website, make sure you agree to everything that they say there, which isn't really that big of a deal, and then you have to click or change this where it says EOL equals false, change the false to true, TRUE, in case you didn't know how to spell that. But if you don't agree to this, then you just won't be able to make a server, because basically you have to set this to true in order to run the server properly. And if you, I guess if you don't follow their terms of service when you set it to true, then they'll probably take your server down. I don't know. I don't think they would, unless you're a really big server. But so once you've done that, you've done the EULA thing, you're just gonna run the Minecraft _ server 1.8.7 again. This is gonna pop up. So here's the issue with using the .exe one. This is the login chat area. It's supposed to show you any kind of errors that happen in the server, player logins, and pretty much everything that goes down on the server. But for some reason it doesn't, and I don't know if it's a glitch or if they got rid of it on purpose. I think it's a glitch, but if you get the exe one, you're just not gonna be able to see that, which kinda sucks. And if you want to stop your server, you just go in this little text box right here and then type stop, and everything will close by itself. You don't want to hit the red X to close it, because that can mess things up. So back into your server file, I'm going to show you guys what all this stuff means. This is your server logs. You can just check when people log in, things that they've done, stuff like that. This is your world file, so if you want, like if you have a custom world on single player and you want to put it in multiplayer, you just hit the Windows key, which is the thing that makes this pop up. So you want to hit that and then press R at the same time. This thing is going to pop up. You want to type in what this is right here, %, app data, %. Click OK. It's going to open this folder. You're going to click on .minecraft and then your saves, and then whatever world that you wanted to be on your server, all you have to do is just click it, drag it in here, and then delete the world that's already in there, and then just click on the world you just dragged in there and rename it to world. It has to be named world or it won't work. And then when you run your server again, it will be that world. So yeah, and then banned IPs and banned players. So if someone joins your server and they grief it or they do something you don't like, you can type /ban and it will ban the person. But if they have another Minecraft account, they can just get right back on. So if you want to ban the player, you just do normal /ban username, and that will just ban their account basically, and they can get on with as many other accounts as they want until you ban all the accounts they have. If you IP ban them, doesn't matter how many accounts they have, they won't be able to log back in on the server because they're IP banned unless they change their IP. EULA, we already discussed that. Just have to make sure you set that to true, or otherwise the server is not going to run. Ops basically have all permissions on the server. They can stop the server, they can start the server. Well, I guess no one can start the server except whoever it's on their computer, but basically they can do whatever they want. They have all commands, all permissions. So you definitely don't want to give that to anyone that you wouldn't trust on the server. This is server.properties. You see it says properties file right there. So if you just open that, there's a few things in here that you can change. So let's just go down the list. Generator settings, don't worry about that. Don't worry about permission levels. Allow nether, you can turn the nether on and off. Just change this to false if you don't want people to go to the nether. If I don't mention something, that means that I'm just skipping it because it's not important. Allow flight, if you don't want people to be able to come into your server and hack, make sure that's on true. If you don't care, I guess, then set it to false. Announce player achievements, if you want it to announce in chat when someone like makes a crafting bench and they get the achievement, set it to true. I always set it to false because it's kind of annoying if you have a bunch of players on and they're all getting achievements and it just spams chat. Server port, unless you know what you're doing, which if you're watching this I'm assuming you don't, just leave this 25565 server port to 25565. Don't mess with the max world size. Level type, I'm pretty sure, just let me scan through this real quick. Okay, yeah, level type is basically what kind of world it is. So if you didn't drag in your own custom world like I did, then you could change this default to flat, I think. If that doesn't work, then you can type super flat, and then you just file, save, go back to here, go into the world, highlight everything and delete it, and then if you start your world again, it will be a super flat world. But I'm going to keep it on default because I already have a custom world in there. So that's how you get a flat world, and then default just means it'll be like a normal random generated Minecraft world. Level seed, I guess if you have a certain seed that you want, let's just say your seed name is Austin Plays is Awesome. So if that's your seed name, which I doubt that's even an actual seed, but we're just using it as an example, then you would paste it in right here after the equal sign and level seed, and then to make sure that it actually works, you would have to click file save. You have to click file save after you make any changes, obviously, and then if you put the seed in, then you have to make sure you go to the world folder, delete everything in there, and then start the server. Otherwise it's just going to keep starting it with the same server that you had, or with the same world that you had. Let's see, server IP, you don't need to worry about that. Some people say that you need to put your actual IP in. I'll talk about that later, but I've never had to, so I think that's just something people say. It might or might not work, I'm not sure. Spawn NPCs, NPC stands NPCS, I'm not sure what the S stands for, but it's non-player controlled something, which is basically like villages. So if you don't want villages, change it to false. I change it to false because people can get like diamonds and stuff from the blacksmith. And then next we have the whitelist. So the whitelist, basically you can make it to where only a certain list of players can join the server at a certain time. This is good if you're working on the server and you don't want other players to be able to interfere with your work. So what you would do is, to create a whitelist, you would just go into the Minecraft server, either in the console whenever you launch it, or after you launch it and actually join the server. You can type this in with just typing / whatever. But you would basically just type whitelist, add, and then the username of the person, like that. So if I wanted to whitelist myself, it would be oh wait, not whitelist add, and then I would type, if I wanted to whitelist myself, I would type in Austin Plays, because that's my Minecraft username. So yeah, that is how you do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and just stop that. I know I said not to hit it with the red X, but it doesn't matter, I just want to close quickly. Okay, so we just did whitelist. Oh, so if you want to enable the whitelist, you change this to true, and then you would type file save and then restart your server, and it will take effect. Spawn animals, pretty self-explanatory. If you don't want animals to spawn, you would set this to false. Online mode, so this is something you want to pay attention to. So if you have cracked Minecraft and you don't actually have an actual Minecraft account, like if you have Mineshaft or something like that, which is basically Minecraft redone on a different client so that it's free. If you want people to be able to join your server with those accounts, you want to set online mode to false. But you have to be careful because people can hack really easily on there. I would recommend just buying an actual Minecraft account and keeping it at true so people can't hack too much and destroy the server. PvP, also pretty self-explanatory. If you don't want people to be able to kill other people and PvP in the server, then you would set this to false, which I'm going to do. Difficulty, I believe 1 is peaceful, 2 is easy, and then it just keeps going up with the different hardnesses. I might be wrong though, I'm not sure. It might be 0 is peaceful and then 1 is easy and 2 is hard. I'm not sure. I guess you could just play around with it, but I think 1 is peaceful. Enable command block. If you want to use command blocks for something on the server, like teleporting players somewhere, you can set that to true. I really see no reason why you would keep it at false. Just in case you ever need them, you don't have to bother going back in here and changing it. It's not like other players can get a command block unless they're OP'd, so that doesn't really matter. Game mode, this is the game mode that people will spawn into the server with. So if it's a creative server, you want to make sure that their game mode, that this game mode thing is set to 1, and if it's a survival server, make sure it's set to 0. So I'm gonna set it to 1, so I'll be in creative whenever I go in. And you can also, if you like, I don't know, have some kind of adventure server, I don't know how you'd make that, but you can make people go into adventure mode, which is basically survival mode, but they can't break blocks unless you give them the tools to. So like, they can't break dirt unless you give them a shovel, and they also can't craft anything, so you have to give it to them. So that's what adventure mode is, which would be 2, and then spectator mode would be 3, which spectator mode means they can't really do anything except fly around, and they'll be invisible, and they can't pick up blocks or break blocks or do anything. I don't even think they can type. Player idle timeout. So if basically this is like to prevent people from AFKing on the server. So you could set that to like 5 minutes, and if someone doesn't move or do anything for 5 minutes, then the server will automatically kick them out, and that's pretty much it. So I would do that for like, if I had a lot of people playing and I had like a certain amount of spots and I didn't want the spots to be filled up by AFK players, you can set that to like 5 minutes. I believe it's in seconds. So yeah, it's set in seconds. So you would have to put it in seconds how long you want it to be before they're kicked. So yeah. Max players. So if I go ahead and open up Minecraft real quick, I'll show you what max players is. So let me just go ahead and run this. So as you can see on my server right here, Furycraft, you can see 2 out of 24 people are on. 24 would be the max amount of players, so that means no more than 24 people can join at once. So this is set at 20 if you wanted only 5 people to be able to join. So if you're playing with friends, you could set it to 5. Spawn monsters, pretty self-explanatory. If you want them to spawn, keep it at true. If you don't, set it to false. Generate structures. This is like underground, I want to say not castles, but you guys know what I mean, like those underground temple things that spawn, that you find like the Ender Dragon portal in and things like that. strongholds, that's what it is. So if you want those, then you would set this to true. If you don't want those, set it to false. Message of the day. So I'll show you my server again. You see right here where it says server revamp hype furycraft mc.buycraft.net, which is our store if you guys want to buy a rank if you play on my server. All that type that you see right there is the message of the day. So on a vanilla Minecraft server, I don't think you're going to be able to make it colorful like this. You might, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I would just type, you know, welcome to my server, welcome to my survival server. Oh wow, server. There you go. So that could be your message of the day. And then, like I said before, after you're done messing with all these settings, you want to hit File, Save. And then you're going to have to restart your server so that those saves will take effect, because otherwise they won't. So now let's go ahead and talk about how you actually are going to join the server. So once you've got everything set up there, you just go ahead and run the server. And now that the server's running, all you have to do is go to Minecraft, and what you have to do to connect to your server is different than what other people are going to have to do to connect to the server, because since the server is on your computer, all you have to do is go to Direct Connect, type in LocalHost with no spaces, then click Join. And as you can see, we are logging into the server, and boom, we're in the server. We're just waiting on everything to load. So oh wow, it actually kept my inventory because I put a custom world in here, so that is pretty cool. And yeah, this is my old 1.8 survival world, so yeah, there's my house and everything. And yeah, so that's how you would connect to your server. If you wanted friends to be able to connect to your server, then you would go to Google. I'm going to block some of the stuff out that I'm about to show, but basically you would just go to google.com, or I guess Bing if you wanted to, or Yahoo, whatever, and I'm pretty sure Google will work better though. And you just type in, what is my IP address? Alright, so before I do this, I'm just gonna say it's gonna show a number. If you see my mouse, it's gonna show a number around here. So I'm gonna block that out. It's gonna be blacked out except for the last 3 numbers so that you guys can actually see that it's there. And yeah, the reason why I'm blocking it out is because you don't want to give your IP address to just anyone, because you know, they can hit you offline. Basically, I think that's pretty much the only thing they could do. They could hit you offline, or they could dox you, which basically means they find out where you live. So obviously you don't want that. So if you're doing a server this way, then you definitely, if you're hosting on your own computer, you definitely don't want to give someone your IP address. So I'm gonna go ahead and search for that, and then there's gonna, like I said, there's gonna be a black bar that blacks it out. Okay, so right here it says your public IP address. As you can see, mine is right here. Like I said, all of it's going to be blacked out except for the last 3 letters right here, which you can see. But basically, you want to highlight the entire number, right-click it, copy, right-click, copy, and then you want to like tell this to your friends, basically. So just right-click, copy, paste it in Skype to your friends, or text it to your friends, whatever. And that's how they're going to join the server. So they're going to go to Minecraft. They're going to, come on, they're going to hit add a server. Then you type the address in right here. So this isn't the actual address, but I'm just going to type random numbers. So they would type the address in like that, hit done, and then the scroll down and the server will be right there. Even if I entered the right IP address, it wouldn't show up for me because, like I said, we can't connect to our own IP address, so that's why we have to use localhost as long as it's hosted on our computer. Alright, so that's how your friends will join, and that's how you will join. So what you're going to have to do before you can even do any of that is you're actually going to have to port forward. So obviously what I just told you isn't going to work. There's going to be an annotation on screen to a video that shows you like in depth how to port forward, but I'm just going to give you the rundown of it quickly. So how to port forward. So basically you have to do this in order for your friends to connect. So how you do it is you click the start thing, type in CMD, and then that's it right there. Just right click, run as administrator, hit yes when the little thing pops up. I don't think you guys saw it on mine, but then you're going to type in ipconfig. OK, and then I'm not really worried about any of this IP stuff, but you're gonna look for your default gateway. So you just keep going down the list, and then yeah, you see right here it says default gateway. So what you want to do, see this number right here that I'm highlighting, you just want to copy that, go to your internet browser and type it in at the top, just as if you were typing in a website address, and then something might or might not pop up like this. This is asking me to log in, so it might not for you guys. I'm pretty sure it will for a lot of people though. It'll ask you to log in. If you don't know your login information, just leave it. However, whatever's typed in, leave it, and then just press log in and see what happens. If that doesn't work, try typing in admin for the username and leave the password blank. If that doesn't work, you leave the username blank, type in admin for the password. If that doesn't work, put admin in for both of them. And if that doesn't work, you're just going to have to I don't know, ask your parents or call your ISP, which is internet service provider, so whoever you have internet with, and ask them if they can tell you what the password is. So after you've gotten your password, you just click login. And this is where it gets really difficult because everyone's is different. Like I said, I'm going to have another video showing really in depth how to do this. There'll be an annotation on screen. Basically, you want to look for something called port forwarding. So mine is under applications and gaming, and then it's just right here, single port forwarding. So as you can see, I have a bunch of stuff port forwarded, some Xbox stuff, but all you guys have to do is this top one right here that's I'm highlighting. It's the Minecraft one. So if you have a thing that allows you to name it like mine does, just call it Minecraft server. And then for the external port, type in 25565. For the internal port, type in 25565. And if there's any other things that ask you for a port number like this, just type in 25565. For the protocol, you want to put both, and if it doesn't allow you to put both, then put TCP, and then just make another one in the next column and call it UDP. Or not call it UDP, but select UDP. But you need both, so if you don't have both, just make two different ones with TCP and UDP. Pretty sure most people have both though. So then this to IP address, or if you have a thing that'll say 192.168.1. And then it gives you an option to change the number. So for this number, you need to go back into the CMD that you just did. Like I said, to the IP config, this stuff will pop up, and you want to look for IPv4 address. So it's on mine, it's right above default gateway 2 above it, IPv4 address, which is right here, and then you see the number to the side of it, 192.168.1.106. So that 192.168.106, you want to copy that, or actually I don't think in CMD you can copy it, but basically just type in the last three. So on the IPv4, it's 192.168.1.106. You want to get that 106 part, and then type it in right here where it allows you to change it. Mine's already set to 106, so we just leave it. And then make sure if you have something like mine where there's like a check mark beside it to enable it, make sure you hit that check mark to enable it. And then you want to click save settings, and after that you just click OK or whatever. I'm not going to save the settings because I think it'll restart my router, and I don't want that to happen, so I'll just hit cancel since I already have mine set up anyways. So once you do that, you're done port forwarding. And like I said, if that didn't help you, you just want to look for something with port forwarding. I'll have a video linked on screen to show you guys how to do it more in depth, and that is it. So I'm going to show you real quick if you want to use the jar file instead of the exe file. So basically I'm just going to delete all this. If you want to use the exe file, just quit watching the video now. You'll be fine. But if you want to know how to use the jar file, because I personally think that it's a lot better, then I'm just going to show you how to set that up real quick. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So you just drag the jar file into your server folder, double click it, just like the other one did. Some other files are going to generate. I think on this one you need to open up Task Manager and actually end the jar task. I'm not sure. Okay, no you don't. It's not like it used to be. Used to be you'd have to do that, so forget what I just said there. Once again, you have to agree to the EULA. Make sure you agree to that, and you have to change this to true in order for the server to run. File, save, you can X out of that, and then run the server again. And some more files are going to generate, and then another thing is going to pop up. So this is how it's supposed to be. If you guys remember, if you use the Minecraft _server 1.8.7.exe, none of this stuff right here was showing up. None of this that I'm highlighting was showing up, which is it's supposed to. So I don't know why they make it not show up. But if you use this, then it shows up. So if you get an error in your server, then you can go back and scroll up and see what happens. So you see it says done, so you can join your server. Everything else is exactly like the other one was. The only difference is you can see the errors in this, so I really don't see why you'd even use the exe one, because this is a lot better. And if for whatever reason your friends can't join after you port forward and everything, and you know you've done everything right, you can scroll through here and it'll usually be at the top. If it says like error, something about a port, then that means you port forwarded wrong, or either you already have something running on that port. So you just need to, like, like I said, annotation on screen. I'll probably make an updated port forwarding video, so that'll probably be on screen now if you're watching this video at a later time. So click on that video and it'll teach you more in depth on how to do this stuff. So I'm going to show you one more thing. Remember, you type stop, just type stop. It'll stop it. All this stuff is exactly the same as the other one that I showed you, so you can go back and watch that and earlier in the video. Alright guys, so my voice actually for some reason on OBS got cut out here, so basically what I said was just a comment below if you didn't understand anything that I was saying in the server, or if you had any kind of error, then tell me what it was in the description or in the comments below. And actually, if you get an error on the server and you see that it says error in the console, you can actually just copy and paste that into Google, and usually you can find a bunch of forums that already have the answers to them, just so that you'll get the answer quicker, because it might take me some time to actually respond to everyone in there in the comments below. But that has been the tutorial video. Hopefully it helped you guys. If it did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos and more tutorials that are going to be coming soon. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. For my regular viewers, I'll see you in the next video. And for the people who are just watching this tutorial, hope it helped.